So during this weekly fragrance rotation, we had some nice sunny weather, and I also had a much needed little getaway. So stay tuned to find out which fragrances I chose to wear throughout the week. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, go and hit that subscribe button down below, and also be sure to follow my fragrance Instagram page. But that's right, guys. Another week means another weekly fragrance rotation. I've been keeping these going pretty consistently, and you guys seem to really enjoy them, and I also love making them. But if you are not familiar with this series that I do on my channel, we pretty much go over what fragrances I chose to wear on each day, the kind of temperature and weather it was, how many sprays, and if we got any compliments or not. So let's start this week off on Sunday. All right, so on Sunday, honestly, I didn't really do much. I think I just kind of relaxed and chilled out at home. It was a sunny day in like the mid 80s. And the fragrance that I chose to wear, which unfortunately something bad happened, and I do no longer have the bottle in hand, it was Tom Ford's Rose de Russie. Now, if you caught my review, I just recently reviewed it. I think it was my last review I did was that fragrance. But guys, something bad happened. Like I said, it's probably the worst thing that can ever happen to a frag head like me and you. The bottle pretty much fell off of my shelf. Well, not my shelf, off of a table that I had it on, and fell on the carpet. And the atomizer snapped off of the glass, guys. And it happened yesterday as I was trying to record this weekly fragrance rotation, believe it or not. And when it happened, my heart pretty much sunk, and I was just not in the mood at all to record any more videos. So I just put it off, and I actually am gonna put it into a decant bottle because I lost about 20% of the juice that fell on the carpet. And now this room that I'm sitting in now smells like Rose de Russie. I even scrubbed the carpets and everything, and I cannot get the smell to go away. So I'm pretty much stuck with the fragrance, even though I no longer have the bottle. It's pretty much smashed. So on that day though, I did only go 2 sprays of it, pretty much just to go wearing out of it and stuff like that. And it's very unfortunate because, as you know, that bottle is going to be sought after. It's discontinued. And hopefully I'll be able to find another bottle of that sometime soon. But yeah, that's the fragrance I chose to wear on Sunday, but unfortunately had that happen. All right, so heading into Monday, I am at work for most of the day. It was also a kind of a cloudy, gloomy day in like the 80s as well though. And I actually pulled out another rose-based fragrance, and this one, in my opinion, is a lot better than Rose de Russie. Of course, I'm talking about Zaharoff's Signature Rose. Now, man, what Claudia and Zaharoff as the creator did with this fragrance is absolutely astonishing, guys. If you love a nice, warm, resinous, deep, luscious, romantic red rose, this is the fragrance for you, I'm telling you right now. It opens up very rosy, but not like your traditional like old lady rose fragrance. Is definitely not that. This is one of the most masculine roses money can buy because it dries down to a nice warm golden amber. You do have some incense in there that gives it a nice little bit of smokiness, but what stands out the most is that myrrh. A very nice, sweet, resinous, warming myrrh. And yeah, this fragrance is just so incredible. And the performance on this stuff is pretty much beast mode. It lasts 12 hours on my skin easily, so that did surprise me quite a bit for being a floral, oriental kind of fragrance. But yeah, I did go, I think, 6 sprays of this stuff to work. Got no compliments, which was a shocker because I don't see anyone really disliking this fragrance, to be honest with you, especially if you love roses, or even if you don't like rose as a note, you would definitely still like this one, I'm telling you right now. But yeah, that's what I chose to wear on Monday to work, is Signature Rose. All right, so for Tuesday, I'm also at work for the majority of the day, and I actually chose to wear this fragrance because, man, I just got it in. It was my first time wearing it, and I absolutely love it. And I actually had a decant of this before, so I am familiar with the scent profile, but I did just get the bottle in. And of course, I'm talking about Alexandria Fragrance's Black Panther. Now, man, you guys might have heard about this fragrance because this one is very popular, especially from the house of Alexandria Fragrances. If you don't know, Alexandria Fragrances make fragrances inspired by other fragrances, and they also have some original creations, but they make absolute beast mode fragrances. And a lot of people actually prefer these over the originals. This one is actually a fragrance inspired by Bulgari's Tiger, which is known to be one of the best summery, fresh citrus fragrances money can buy, and it definitely is. But to be honest with you, I have a sample or decant of Tiger, and when I actually wear that compared to Black Panther, man, I honestly got to say I think I prefer Black Panther. Just the way it's composed and the performance of this one definitely outbeats Tiger by far. But on Tuesday with this fragrance, I did go 8 sprays of it. It was actually a nice sunny kind of clear sky day, even though it was in like the low 80s if I'm not mistaken. Got no comments on that either, but yeah, I absolutely love this one. and I cannot recommend this fragrance enough. And if you guys are interested in anything from the house of Alexandria fragrances, check them out and use code HUNTER15 to save 15% off any of your orders. So on Wednesday, I was at work, and it was, I think, the hottest day of the entire week in like the mid or high 90s. And I actually chose to wear this fragrance because of the name, and it just suits that kind of weather perfectly. And it was my first time wearing it since I just got it in. Of course, I'm talking about Authenticity Perfumes Summer Vibes 4.0. Now, with this one, man, this has got to be one of the best tropical kind of summery fragrances. Obviously, you would expect that with the name, but it actually smells like pina colada to me. Get a heavy dose of like a cooling pineapple note. I mean, like a juicy pineapple. So if you just love pineapples, you love the smell of pineapples, you have to check this one out, especially for the price you can get them at. But on that day to work, I did go 8 sprays of this. I did go a little bit more heavy because I just wanted to smell like tropical. I wanted to smell summery because of the weather. And man, this stuff just works so perfectly, especially once your skin starts to heat up. This stuff projects off your skin very nicely. And this is a high concentrated fragrance, 50% oils. Now, I did not get any comments on that day either. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I was actually getting whiffs of it throughout the entire day I was at work. So yeah, great release from the house of Authenticity Perfumes, and I actually prefer 4.0 over 3.0. Just it's more my style, and I cannot wait to wear this one more in the summertime. Okay, so for Thursday, I was not at work because I did do a nice little getaway that was absolutely needed. I needed to just clear my mind, put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and just get away for a little bit. So I went to like the beach, got some amazing seafood, also went to gambling at the casino and stuff, trying to win some money, even though it didn't really work out for me. But the fragrance I chose for that situation was the House of Sillage's number 4. Now, if you haven't heard of the House of Sillage, or you have, this is pretty much one of their fresher take fragrances. And man, I absolutely love this one so much. You pretty much get a ton of a fougere lavender along with some spices, and I get some kind of like ambroxan modernness to it as well as it dries down. Just a phenomenal release from the House of Sillage, and it does have that designer-ish kind of touch to it, being kind of like very crowd pleasing, but it's done in such a high quality way, in a very highly concentrated way as well, that it just works amazingly. But on that day, I did go 8 sprays of number 4. It was very sunny and clear skies in like the mid or low 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And actually, I was not planning on staying up there really, so I didn't take a fragrance with me. I just sprayed this on, like I said, 8 times, spray my skin, spray my clothes. And the next day, I did do a little bit more stuff up there, but I had to wear the same shirt, and this stuff was still projecting off of my clothes. So I didn't really need to re-up, and that's why when we go into Friday, I actually did not wear anything for Friday. I pretty much had a no scent day after I got home. But yeah, this one was still projecting into the next day. So the performance on this stuff is very good. All right, so like I said, for Friday, I had a no scent day. So sometimes you need those just to kind of clear your nose, get a break from fragrances. And when you come back, you'll be able to like detect notes better. You'll be able to smell better, things like that. So it is good to kind of give your nose a break every once in a while. I don't recommend it all the time, but once in a while, it does not hurt. But let's go right into Saturday. So on Saturday, I was also at home, did run a couple errands and stuff like that, pretty much watch UFC. And that was pretty much it to wrap up my Saturday. But on that day, I actually did decide to wear Zaharoff's signature Royale X. Now, this fragrance was the one I was most hyped up about from the house of Zaharoff, just because I love the animalic fragrances. I love musky fragrances, fragrances with pheromones, stuff like that. And when I heard about this launch, man, I just wanted to get my nose on it so bad. And I gotta say, it definitely lived up to the hype, man. Zaharoff's never disappoints when it comes to their fragrances, especially everything I've got my nose on. It's just outstanding. But with Royale X, I did go 5 sprays. It was also pretty hot in the high 80s degrees. And I think it was sunny as well. But yeah, with this fragrance, it does open up. You do get a kind of a cleanness from like citruses and stuff like that. But as it starts to dry down, I do get a ton of like a furry animalic musk, along with some fruity juniper berries. Very heavy on the juniper berries. And then it does have a dry down that does resemble obviously the original signature Pour Homme DNA, which you can find throughout the entire line of flankers, which is a great thing that Claudia did and can do with fragrances. So that is awesome as well. But if you're looking for a musky animalic fragrance, you'll definitely want to check this one out. Even though George actually did sample out or decant bottles of Triple X in like little like 5 ml decants, and that might be releasing sometime next year. So If you love those kind of vibe fragrances, you might want to pick this one up or wait for Triple X to come out, or just get both, because this one is a little bit more of a cleaner version than Triple X, but all in all, this is just a phenomenal musky fragrance, and it's definitely going head to head with my other favorite musk dominant fragrance, which is of course Frederic Maule's Musk Ravageur. So yeah, these ones are definitely competing to be #1 in my list when it comes to musk fragrances. That's gonna wrap it up for my weekly fragrance rotation. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Let me know down below what fragrances you guys chose to wear throughout the week. And of course, as always, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe below if you haven't already. And I'll catch all you guys in the next upload. Take care, everybody.